this is Somi's idea. It's not in the phone, so
it's not on the computer?
Yeah. It's like, generally the traffic sign includes the picture of man only. And so her idea is it's not fair to women. So the next scene shows that a woman with skirt came into the green sign, and the friend and the red sign is turned off. So it means that there's no more of the red. What was that?
So now it's a green light. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean the red side it becomes like black.
Okay, yeah.
Black
okay.
out.
Yeah.
It means that it shows that it's no more women decreasing, something like that. So it's empowering women. And the slogan, there's some slogans. Do you see the difference in this video? We all have right to walk together. So it's imperative that women and men are equal, right there, and that's the her concept.
Okay. Comments?
What?
What part do we understand?
The part when he said the word concept. The third part. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the red sign includes only men. Yeah, and red means negative, generally. Stop something like negative things. And when it block out, it means no more negative thing on women.
But the red sign goes black.
Yeah.
And does the green sign go on or not?
Go on.
Go on?
Yeah.
And the green sign is going to be what?
Passive. Yeah.
What's going to be on the green sign? Men and women together. Okay, so there's a red sign, a woman waits, the red sign goes off, and then the green green goes on, and then she crosses the street. Is that the idea?
No. We only put the point on the traffic light. So first there's only two men standing and walking.
Yeah.
And later, when the green light comes off, the woman walks into the traffic light. So the third scene is the red sign goes off and only the green lights comes on.
Okay. Cool. Comments? Yeah.
I thought about putting people walking, the footsteps.
Like walking sounds, maybe city sounds, like traffic sounds. Yeah. Cool. Other comments or questions?
How are you going to make the girl to go inside the traffic light?
We're going to videotape actual
What do you mean a girl? You mean the?
In the second scene, they said that the woman will go inside the traffic light.
She won't go in the traffic light.
That's what they're saying.
She's going into traffic light.
She's just gonna wait in front of the traffic light or not?
No, they're gonna go inside.
Actually, it's the illustration, so I
You can do everything. Don't worry about how to do it. But I'm just thinking, how is she gonna go in the traffic light?
jumping in.
Is she gonna disappear and then she's gonna appear there? Or?
She's not there, and she walks into traffic light.
What do you mean into?
Literally
into the traffic light?
Yeah.
I used to be about.
Okay, comments? Yeah?
I think they should have instead of walking into it, so it's not that hard. When you should have a picture of a woman, then focus on her and then this traffic light. And then as she walks past the traffic light, she kind of blocks the traffic light, and then after she walks past it, then the thing might change.
I think that might be, yeah, I agree. I think it's also less confusing that way. I think if you start walking into it, then it's oh my god, what's going on here, you know? I almost think, I agree with Danny, I almost think it might work better, whether she walks past it or she waits, and then it's a green light, and then you see, and then it's and then the woman comes on the man symbol, and then she crosses, or something like that. I think that would work better. Other comments? No? Okay, cool. Next one.
This is the second design made by me, and the concept is like finding the cost of human, like a value of a human. So there's a way to calculate that, and there's a 20-year-old man, and he's a laborer, and he earns the money from per hour. So using that amount of money, I can calculate the cost of human in a day. And actually, the last says scientists calculate the cost of human as $1,300. So it shows that they get less money than $1,300 per day. So it says that people make human value less, and so like that.
Comments?
And about the music, it's rock. Rock is matching to this design, but the comfortable one, slow and using not electric, but like a guitar. That music, I think, is matching to that music, that propaganda. And about it takes 70 seconds, I think.
Okay.
It's true, I think.
Cool. Comments? Yeah, Danny?
It's like, I don't know, it's like kind of concept.
What?
I'm not sure if it's like conceptual. I don't know.
I must admit, I don't really understand it at this stage.
I don't.
Then why aren't you saying anything? What are you quiet here in the corner? I can't speak. I don't understand what's going on. Then say I don't understand. Why don't you understand? I agree, I don't understand. But what don't you understand? What part don't you understand, Ling? But what part? But what part of what he said don't you understand?
This one?
No. Yeah.
What? I'm a laborer. Why don't you understand?
I don't understand the math. I'll start. I don't understand the math equation. How did you come to the $1,300?
By calculating it, we have elements, yeah, and like oxygen, we include many oxygens, something carbon like that, yeah, and we pay cost.
Oh, you're saying the cost of like every element in the human body.
Yeah. Scientists calculate that. I have a.
Is that actually something that exists? Like scientists have. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. So scientists have calculated how much a human is worth. Is that what you're saying? Okay. See that changes, but now I suddenly get it. Like I was like, what the heck? So each human body is worth $1,300.
Yeah, at least.
So someone.
Okay,
I
Espansi?
like the idea, but I'm not sure what topic.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, what would it be under? Like, well, what Millennium Development Goal would you be talking about?
Poverty. They get less money than 1,300 a day.
A day.
Yeah.
1,300 is a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, this one is per seconds. And every day we live and we are 1,300. We have value like that, and earn money like that. That's nothing to do.
Oh, I get it.
For some people,
And
it's
some-
a bit less than that.
Yeah, that's his point. Like, we don't make enough money that we should be.
Yeah.
Are you saying everybody?
This is like, it's
Yeah.
more like
They're actually laborer only because other people earn money.
So you're, hey guys, okay, what were you saying, Dennis?
It's like you can't see it when you show it. It's like people won't think it.
People won't make that connection by saying we're worth that much, but we're only paying $1 a day,
They probably feel like, oh,
earning $1 a day, when you're worth a lot more. I'm also not sure if it's the right thing to say. Because if we're worth, like I think you want to think more, we're worth a lot more because we're like human and we have dignity and stuff and we have like our rights and we are, I don't think you want to say we're worth a lot more because actually this stuff is valuable. Like, I'm not sure if it's the right concept. I mean, I guess you could earn a lot more by like selling your arm. But that's almost encouraging that. They're like, why work for $1 a day when you can like sell your finger for 50 bucks? But that's not what you want to say. You know, there's people like in India or whatever other countries that like sell like part of, you know, like certain parts. Like you have 2 kidneys, you can get rid of one, you can get rid of certain things, and then you can get like, I think it's like, I don't know, 500 bucks a kidney or something. Which you only need 1 kidney, but the problem is if that kidney goes, then you die. So it's probably good, you know. But there are people that sell. But anyway, that's not what you want to say. Anyway, okay. Next concept.
The third concept is the mind also. And the concept of this is like a game, like a board game. And someone rolled the dice and someone entered the company, someone rolled the dice and got fired, so drink the alcohol. And the one who rolled the dice, the owner of the company. You know, sometimes as I see the news, I see all of employers play with the employees. You know, like for them, employees are game something. They are like they're using employees to earn the money and fire away, like giving pink slip. And so I said that don't play with employees because I think to them it's unfair that because they are just a horse of the game for employers. So I don't like that, so I made this design.
Okay, what Millennium Development Goals is that going to go in there?
Poverty or something, human right.
Poverty?
Human right.
Is there one that you call human rights?
I don't know, but I like it. I like
Maybe they conduct some random.
Guys, comments, yeah? You like it?
I like it, but I don't know if it goes under poverty, but I like it.
Yeah, I like it. It would go under like corporate greed or like the idea of, you know, yeah. But I'm not sure it would go under any of the Millennium Development Goals, no? There's one on global partnership, maybe working together. I mean, maybe what you could do, I'm just thinking out loud, like if you wanted to make it, you could have this be like, you could talk about global partnership, but rather than this being an employer, this being like a country. Like, you know, you always, like, US gets criticized for just treating other countries like they're part of their, you know, so you could have like, you know, I don't know, this be like Iraq, like this be Afghanistan, this be like all these different things that are going around, and then at the end, you know, so you could do the same thing, but then talk about, you know, global partnership if you wanted to. The same thing, there's one player sort of just playing around with these other countries. Because it's true, a lot of countries get criticized that way, for the big, strong countries, for just, you know, propping up governments, putting in politicians that are supportive and that sort of stuff. So it's almost like the big countries are just sort of playing with the small countries. But I agree that for the corporate one, it wouldn't really work for Millennium Development Goals. Other comments?
By the way, the music is there's 2 music, which was rolling dice sound, and one is like a city sound,
City
like
sound.
Yeah, closing door or something, blah blah. And it's 30 seconds, I believe.
I could almost imagine, yeah.
And by the way, I didn't consult one with my. I didn't talk about this with my group. So can I talk it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's, you know, design is from my second design of poster, the $18 bill.
Yeah.
And that is like actually it's a reflector, so sorry. And like open the bowl, and there was money, and they are eating that, and like that. So it tells that money is nothing valueless.
And then they vomit or what?
What?
Oh, it's the other way around. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, it's reflected.
Okay.
So they are eating the dollars, bills, and token, and $2 is like food, something like that, because they have no food to eat.
But you want to say, and what's your slogan at the bottom?
I got it. Yeah.
Perhaps what they need is not money.
Yeah.
But if they're eating money and they're happy, maybe that's...
Yeah, because many people donated money to African people, and I believe that's more than million. But look at what happened to Africa. They are poor still. They are not rich. They don't get enough of food. They don't get enough of work. While they support the money, nothing happens. And
I'm just thinking, I like your idea and you can do that, but I'm just thinking if they're eating money, and then your slogan is maybe, money cannot be eaten, which would be a good slogan, money cannot be eaten, but they're happy eating money, maybe you want to have more, maybe you want them to be like not happy, maybe you want them to be like, imagine these guys in like suits or whatever, eating money and they're like, it's like $100 and they're like, and it looks like they're really unhappy, and then it's like, money can't be. I'm just thinking that, you don't want it to make, if that's your slogan, that would work as well. Any comments on the last two?
So it's to criticize the economy of African countries or South America, something like that.
Guys, I know who hasn't talked yet.
I don't think reading the money might naturally go there.
You think what, sorry?
I'm not sure about eating the money is going to match the slogan.
Eating the money is going to match the slogan?
It might not match.
You don't really get the concept?
What kind of...
It's not... What goal is that what you're saying? Yeah, well, what goal would it go under? Poverty? But surely the poverty, the more money you have, the more food you can buy, no?
Yeah, but unfortunately, Africa has that.
But I think you're trying to say too much about Africa. There's a lot of things you want to say, but I'm not sure that if you watch that video, would you get those things? What do you guys think? Yeah. It'll very much only relate to Zimbabwe, because Zimbabwe was such a joke, yeah.
What if you take the money and then buy the food instead of eating money?
Sorry?
What if you take the money to buy the food instead of eating money? That would be better. I don't know, eating money.
That would be a good economy. Buy food and money, that's a good thing. Well, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, except think about he wants to do a conceptual poster, so he's not going to, people using money to buy food is not going to make people think about anything, because you want people to think about this announcement when you look at it. That's it. Other comments? Actually, out of the 3 or 4 he's shown us, which one do you think is the strongest? Can you scroll up quickly so just to see again? So we have this one, we have the dice, and we have the
Cost of human.
the cost of human, and the traffic lights. So we have 4 in fact. Lily, what do you think? Which one? You look the third one being what? The Monopoly game?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it should be with countries, or do you think it should be like...
I think with countries it would be more complicated, but if the employee thing is simple.
The what, sorry?
With the country it would be more complicated, but then with the employee it's simple.
Yeah.
Countries that it relates to.
With countries it relates to the Millennium Development Goals. With employees it doesn't really. And then that'll be global partnership. If you want to do poverty, and I think you might have to not make it employers, but you could make it like, like politicians. You could talk about politicians, and rather than it being employers, you could be like politicians playing with like, population. And again, I think this could be quite nice, because if it's Monopoly, you could have like, you could zoom in on different things. Like, like one of this thing could be like healthcare, and then they just skip it. Like, we're just going to skip healthcare for now. And then like education, and you're like, no, let's go to jail instead. Because the Monopoly has go to jail here. You can really like play on the Monopoly thing about the guys who are like, go to jail, no healthcare, no education, and then and I get all the money. You could have like, you could really make it into a nice like comment on politicians and poverty if you wanted to. Other ones? Anybody else think another one's better?
I like the second one.
Like that?
It's interesting.
No, people don't get that one. I think it's clever, the idea about how much you're worth, but I think it's really hard to tie that into poverty and have that work. But I like what you're thinking. I'm just not sure. Maybe you can try, but I think it'll be hard to make it work. I also like the traffic light one, to be honest. I think that one will work too. Any other comments?
Traffic light is the easiest and like conceptual.
Traffic light would be easiest to do probably. Monopoly might be more interesting, but they're both conceptual, they're both good yelling.
I like the force design because I've never seen people eat money before.
But that's not the point. You've never seen anybody eat money before. Did you get the concept?
Yeah, I get the concept. But that is different from Aaron, you know?
Sorry?
That design is different from Aaron.
From what?
From other people, you know?
Other people's.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they're all different, huh? No? But yeah, I mean, you can try that one, but I think the thing that I'm not sure about the last one is that you have to make sure that what you want people to get from that video, are they going to get it? Yeah? Okay, guys, please sit down.